Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Is your girl Elisha Saint here. So about today's video, I'll be showing you guys how I achieved this beautiful look on this beautiful client of mine, guys. So if you want to watch how I achieved this look from start to finish, keep on watching. Don't forget to like, drop your comments at the comment section, and subscribe if you haven't subscribed to our channel. So if you want to see how I achieved this look from start to finish, let's dive into the video right away. So guys, I'll be starting off with cleansing her face with my wipes. Yes, normally whenever I want to work on a client, I first cleanse the person's face with my normal wipes. Then after that, I'll go over with my cleansing water and my cotton pad to cleanse her face. Guys, even after you have cleansed the face with your wipes, it will still bring out dirt. So guys, I'll be going over with these products from Blossom, Zikel, metic, and Rimel to prep her skin. So going over with this Blossom moisturizer and moisturizing her face. Guys, when you're working on any client, whether dry skin or oily skin, guys, moisturize the person's face. Guys, the skin needs to be hydrated throughout the day, whether the person has oily skin or not. Guys, you need to moisturize the face. Then going over my Rimel primer, I'll be applying that all over her face, her T-zone, that's all over her face except from her under her eyes, because the under eye tends to crease most times, so that place needs to be hydrated, so you don't apply primer there. So going over with my oil control from Sweat Block and oil control from metic, I went over and applied that all over her face because she has oily skin. I applied it all over her face except her under eye too. So going over with my Zaron, I used that to apply on her nose where she tends to oil out, area where she tends to oil out the most. So going over with my Nuban glue, I went to apply that on her forehead, her nose, and her chin. Then went over with my foundation, Motec foundation. Sorry guys, I didn't film. I wasn't filming when I was applying the foundation. So when I got to notice, I've already passed that area. So this is me contouring her nose with the darker shade of concealer that I showed you guys. I'll be using it to contour her nose, and as I'm applying that, I am blending it out immediately. I'm blending it out immediately to avoid harsh lines. Guys, I've not yet highlighted her face. I just want to start the structure from my foundation. This is me applying this contouring of her nose, is still the foundation part of it. So I went over with my Zaron. I think I used is it honey and nude or so, I've forgotten, but it's still the two shades, one lighter, one that is a bit lighter than her skin, and the other one very close to her skin. This particular one I'm using is very close to her skin, so I'm just using it to conceal before I highlight. I'm just concealing the whole part, and as I'm applying that, I am blending it out. You can see how I took my time and blend that in very well. And as I'm blending, I take it one step at a time. I don't apply the concealer first before blending out. I use my beauty blender to get the concealer, then apply it directly to her skin and still blend immediately so that it blends in very well. You won't have any harsh lines anywhere. So that's me blending it. I'm still concealing right now. Then after that, I will go over with the other lighter shade of that concealer to highlight the inner part of the eye. So this is me concealing her nose, the bridge of her nose, the forehead, her chin, under eye. And now this is me highlighting with a shade a bit more lighter than the normal color that I used to conceal her face, and as I'm applying that, I am blending it in immediately, guys, so it doesn't patch. So that's me. I now went over with my Becharm ageless um lip lipstick here, lipstick palette. I'm using that to apply her brush, I'm applying her, I'm using that as my blush, and I'm getting it from the back of my palm and blending it out. As I'm applying, I am blending it out immediately. Then I went over with the Rimel from the one I applied from on her cheek over to the bridge to her nose, the tip of her nose rather, her forehead. And then I went back again to further blend the concealer before I apply my powder. Guys, whenever you're working on a client, first of all, before you apply your pressed powder or before you set the concealer, make sure you go back and blend in the concealer, and then ask your client to look up. She should not look down to avoid creasing. So this is me going over with my Becharm ageless powder palette. That's the lightest shade from that palette. If you guys can remember, the first video I did in this channel was where this powder broke, and I cleaned this gel cup and poured it inside it. So from there, I'm getting it from there to I used it to first of all set her face before going over my setting powder. But before that, I will also set all over her face with her main skin color, skin shade, yeah, from the palette too. So that's me setting the contoured area, that's the nose contour with the powder, that shade of powder. So that's me applying, contouring her nose, setting the contoured area of her nose. So after that, I'll begin over my Merak setting powder to now bake. Yes, I'm actually not really baking, like I'm not applying much, just I'm just for that setting it with that setting powder. I'm not applying much, just scoop a little so you don't have much product on the client's face. So that's me applying that and blending it into at the same time. Then that's me still setting her forehead, the bridge of her nose, and after I'm going over to do my reverse contour. That's me doing my reverse contour. Then after that, I went over and blended the excess powder that came over. Then that's me snatching her eye. I'm lifting her eye, so I want her face to be lifted a bit. So that's me lifting her eye and then snatching the nose by going over. I'm just doing as if I'm reversing the highlight of the nose. So you just do that. It's when you do this, it actually makes the nose slimmer. So guys, I did the brows off camera. I already have a detailed tutorial on how to draw your brows. I have a detailed tutorial on that. If you haven't watched it, just go there and watch that video. It is well detailed. Go and watch it. I have 2 of them on this channel, so go and watch it. It's really helping. So that's me blending out the concealer I used to clean up the brows. So that's me blending it in very well, so there won't be any harsh line. So using this Zikel concealer as my base too, I applied it under her lid, on top of her lid, then blend it with this brush from LB Vision brush palette. This is the first brush palette not really the first brush palette I had, brush set I had, but it is the second. In fact, when I decided that I want to buy original things, wanted to go into makeup as a business, that's the first set of brush I got, guys. As you can see, it has mark all over it, because where I went for upgrade class, there are so many students, you don't want to misplace your, your thing. So most of my products that I bought then, I gave them mark. So that's why if any brush you see with my, know that that was the brush I got then. So after blending out that concealer, I went over with my Blossom eyeshadow palette to, transit. But before that, I went over with my I'm using that Becharm ageless powder to set the brow bone and the inner part of the eye. So I went over with the color I used to contour her nose to, set that area before I went on with my transition. I think the I went over with that transition. I think that shade in that blossom is named Ijoma. Yes, that's the shade I used to transit. And I actually used just um two colors plus this one that I use for the brow bone, plus this orange and yellow shade I mix together whenever I want to, also give the brow bone a kind of yellowish outcome. I mix this orange shade and yellow, and I blend it on my palm, so it doesn't come out too much. Then when you apply it, it gives you this, kind of not too orange, at the brow bone. That color always makes the brow bone pop. So that's me going over with that shade from same blossom palette. So as my main, you know color, that I'm applying it on her lid now. So I basically use two eyeshadows for this look, the transition, this, and then the brow bone. That's the other two, that's the yellow shade and the red shade. So that's, I went off camera to, apply her, to place her lashes. Then I actually used my Beyond Beauty gel liner to line her eye before applying the lashes. So I went over my Kiss Beauty to spray her face. Then going over to her lips, I'm using this my Becharm Age, not Becharm Ageless. Oh my god. I'm using this my Eye Magic lip palette to line her lips. I'm using the brown shade to line the lips. I actually used just two shades from this lip palette to, I think is it two or three? Yeah, three. So I'm actually lining and blending it out immediately, so the blending will be easy really after. Then I went over with this pink shade, these two pink shades, I mixed them and applied it directly on her lip. Then after applying it, I went over to blend with a blending brush, a lip blending brush, still from my LB Vision set, my LB Vision brush set. But this particular one I got it from a local store. I can't remember the brand, but it's a flat brush. So I use it to get the products more and apply it so that it comes out more. So that's me applying and blending at the same time, guys. This look came out so beautiful than I expected. Like, it is giving, everything about this look is giving 10 over 10 plus 10 minus nothing. Yeah, I beg, I too good, Jare. I too good. So going over with this cheek pop from Vinage. I went over with that a kind of orange shade, I just placed a little, and as you can see, it comes out, it pops out well. So just try not to apply much, just a little bit goes a long way. When you apply that, you make sure you blend it in very well. You continue to blend till you're okay with what you got. Okay, so that's me going over with my cheek glaze in TM Essential cheek glaze, I think in Bomb. That's the only shade I actually have for now, but I'm gonna get other shades, especially the clear ones. So that's me applying it on her cheek to Then as I'm applying it, I also blended it out. So I went over my Tehilla highlighter to highlight her face. Then also, sorry, I didn't show it here, but it's the Tehilla palette. And then I went over with my Nuban glow in men, so also further highlight those places. Just apply this small little. Then that's me brushing her under eye with my mascara. This mascara is from FBH Cosmetics, guys. Their mascara is really nice. I love, like, the two mascaras that I love is Zaron and FBH mascara. They are really nice. So this is the finished look, guys. Don't forget to drop your comments at the comment section, and tell me the type of video you want me to share on this channel, and I'll try and do that for you guys. And please share this video. Remember, sharing is caring, so encourage me to do more by sharing the video. Then subscribe if you haven't subscribed, and see you in my next video. Bye.